An absolute disaster, and no, I'm not talking about my weekend predictions. Tottenham 0, Nottingham Forest 3. I mean, I for one did not see this coming. I actually predicted a Tottenham win, which was obviously a mistake because they are just shit. They are absolutely awful. But fair play to Forest. That's the second time that they've beaten Tottenham 3-0 this season. They did it in the reverse fixture at the City Ground as well. And they fully deserved it. I thought the first half was quite close. I think Tottenham were a little bit unlucky to go 1-0 down just before the break. Obviously, Igor Jesus header from a corner. But then, as soon as Forest get the second goal, I think Tottenham fans just accepted that it was over. And it just had to be Morgan Gibbs-White, who they almost signed in the summer. And then the third goal, Tyrell Awoniyi off the bench. And it was quite easy for Forest. It really was. Tottenham are just completely useless. The reason I predicted them to win is because I thought they'd have momentum after the draw against Liverpool and then the 3-2 win against Atletico. Okay, they obviously got knocked out, but I thought it would give them some confidence and momentum to go into this game, which is, arguably the biggest game of their season, and they lose 3-0 at home. It's not surprising though. They are awful at home. They've only won 2 league games at home all season. So yeah, I mean, for Tottenham, they now go into the international break in 17th. 1 point above West Ham, and West Ham played before them in the first game week after the international break. So there is a chance when Tottenham play their next game, which is against Sunderland away, there is a chance going into that game they'll be 18th. Not ideal for them at all. But fair play to Forest, brilliant win, their first win under Vitor Pereira in the Premier League since he was appointed. But for Tottenham, I think they're fucked.
Goodbye, first-rate education. Hello, the University of Lincoln.
Brighton 2, Liverpool 1. Liverpool lose again. That's 3 league games now without a win for Arne Slot's side. And essentially, they're also shit. Like, honestly, these lot will go down as one of the worst Premier League champions ever in terms of the expectation at the start of the season. I think a lot of people predicted them to win the league, especially after the signings they made. But they're just completely useless, aren't they? I mean, fair play to Brighton, though. They fully deserved it. They were absolutely brilliant. Danny Welbeck, aging like a fine wine. How he's not in the England squad for this international break, I do not know. 12 Premier League goals at the age of 35. Like, he has been absolutely brilliant. Fair play to Brighton. They were absolutely brilliant. I think they're starting to get back on track now. That's 4 league wins in their last 5 games. And the only loss was the game against Arsenal, which they probably should have got something. But for Liverpool, at this rate, they're not getting top 5. And of course, they've got Everton soon, and Everton are only 3 points off them. So there is a chance that Liverpool could finish below Everton in the Premier League, which is something that has not happened for about 10 years. And I think that would just cap off a terrible season for Liverpool. Of course, they're still in the Champions League, but they've got PSG. And if they can't beat Brighton away and they can't beat Wolves away, they're not going to beat PSG away, are they? They are just completely useless. I mean, how Arne Slot is still in a job, I do not know. I mean, I think he will go at the end of the season because I just think he's not good enough. I know he won the league last season, but ultimately, this season has shown that he is not good enough to take Liverpool forward. So I think for Liverpool, it's just about getting to the end of the season, then making a managerial change. But for now, they just need to try and do something with their season. But under Arne Slot, I don't think that's going to happen. Newcastle 1, Sunderland 2. The time where derby, Sunderland have done the double over Newcastle again. They did it last time they were in the Premier League, and they've done it again. They just have Newcastle's number when it comes to the time where derby. I mean, honestly, I actually thought this would be the end of Newcastle's win streak against Sunderland in the Premier League. But they, again, what is going on with them? They were brilliant last season. Finished 5th in the league, won the Carabao Cup. They're out of all the competitions this season. And essentially, with the way they're playing, they're not going to get European football, are they? And honestly, I think if they don't get European football, Newcastle, I think they might have to look at replacing Eddie Howe. I know he's done absolutely brilliantly for Newcastle, I'm not denying that. But ultimately, sometimes when it comes to managers, they've run their course. And ultimately, he's not showing that he deserves to lead Newcastle into next season. 13 Premier League defeats this season, more than last season where they finished 5th. And there's still 7 games left to go. Very disappointing for Newcastle to lose both games to a newly promoted Sunderland as well. It's terrible, isn't it? Brian Brobby with the winning goal, fair play to him. It just had to be him, didn't it? I mean, Newcastle, they played well first half. They deserved to be ahead. Anthony Gordon with the goal after a Luke O'Nien terrible error. I mean, in a derby, just go long. Why are you trying to play it short to your teammate? It's just bonkers. But yeah, Newcastle had the lead there. And then, I must say, fair play to Sunderland, because I thought Newcastle, going into half-time 1-0 up, they'll just win this, 2-0 maybe. But fair play to Sunderland. Newcastle allowed them to grow into the game. Sunderland get the equaliser. Chemsdean Talby, who scored quite a lot of goals in big games this season. Chelsea, Liverpool, and now Newcastle. And then Brian Brobby with the winning goal after some terrible defending from Newcastle. I mean, they all just stood there. Brobby has a shot, Ramsdale saves it and then just scores the rebound. No one is on him. Really poor from Newcastle, and ultimately Sunderland deserved the win. And I think it's fair to say they have the bragging rights to the northeast of England. Everton 3, Chelsea 0. Liam Rosenior's men lose again. That's now 4 games in a row they've lost in all competitions, and they've conceded 12 in those 4 games. Like, it's not going well for Chelsea at all. I mean, to go into the international break 4 defeats in a row, like, it's not good. It's not good at all. And of course, their next 2 games after the international break in the league, Man City at home, Man United at home. If they're not careful, they might not even get... I mean, obviously, they're trying to get Champions League, but if they keep going like this, they might not even get Europa League. Like, they've got to sort themselves out. They have to. It's that simple. To lose to an Everton team 3-0. Everton are having a good season. I'm not denying that. But when you're going for Champions League football, especially seeing Liverpool and Man United drop points, before you play, and then you go and lose 3-0. You let Beto score twice. I mean, come on now. But I must say, goal from Iliman Ndiaye was absolutely brilliant. Like, superb. I honestly think he should be playing at a Big Six team next season. He's that good. But for Everton, brilliant win. And I think it's fair to say, European football is definitely on. They could get Champions League. It is not out the realms of possibility that Everton are playing Champions League football next season. And if they were to get Europe, they deserve it. They've been absolutely brilliant this season. And ultimately, David Moyes, I think, deserves a lot more credit than he gets from Everton fans. But for Chelsea and Liam Rosenior, an absolute disaster. 4 defeats in a row now. And ultimately, obviously out of the Champions League. They're still in the FA Cup, but it's not looking good for them at the moment, I must say. Bournemouth 2, Manchester United 2. What a way to start the weekend this was. A 2-2 draw at the Vitality Stadium. For United, it could have been a better result, obviously, especially with Liverpool and Chelsea losing. But a draw against the Bournemouth team, who have the longest unbeaten run in the Premier League at the moment. And obviously United went down to 10 men. Harry Maguire sent off. There was a lot of controversy in this game. I mean, United went 1-0 up. Bruno Fernandes scored a penalty. It was definitely a penalty as well. Jimenez, the shirt pull on Cunha. But then, in my opinion, United should have had a second penalty. True fair foul. I mean, Jamie Redknapp on Sky said that Trufer manhandled Amad Diallo, but also said that it wasn't a penalty. This is the problem with the Premier League. Like, the referees are too inconsistent. The standard of refereeing is too inconsistent. It's got to be sorted out. For me, this is the best league in world football with arguably the worst officials, I have to say. Because then Bournemouth go and score, and then obviously United are complaining. I guarantee you now, if the referee gives the penalty, VAR does not overturn it. It wouldn't have been a clear and obvious error. It was definitely a penalty. He manhandled him. For me, he just pushed him. But ultimately, anywhere else on the pitch, and it's a free kick. Like, I don't understand the thinking with these referees. Like, it's a joke. For me, the Maguire foul on Evan Nilsson, which ultimately led to the penalty and the red card, was the right decision. But if anything, the contact from Maguire and Evan Nilsson was arguably less than the contact on Trufer and Amad. I understand it's different situations. Obviously, Maguire and Evan Nilsson was denial of a goal scoring opportunity, and Trufer and Amad wasn't. But they're still both fouls. It's just the inconsistency that people are fuming about. Like, they've got the referees have got to sort themselves out. Like, you can be a shit referee and still keep your job. Like, honestly, referees get away with murder. I'm going to say referees get away with murder. Like, honestly, the standard of officiating is so bad. And ultimately, that cost United a valuable win. Because obviously, because Liverpool and Chelsea lost as well, United could have extended their lead. But ultimately, United have gained a point on Liverpool and Chelsea losing. So it's not the worst result in the world. There's 6 points ahead of Liverpool, 7 points ahead of Chelsea. Bruno Fernandes still doing the business, a goal from the penalty spot, and it wasn't really an assist because obviously it was an own goal, but obviously he took the corner, which led to United's second goal. I think a draw was a fair result. I think both teams played well, and I can definitely understand why Bournemouth have the longest unbeaten run in the league. They're just a solid team, really good gaffer, really good players. And they could still get Europe. It's definitely on, but they need to turn some draws into wins. That's 4 draws in a row now. But for United, yes, 2 points dropped, but Bournemouth have been very good in the last few months, so it's not the worst result in the world. And of course, United had 10 men. And now United don't play for about 3 weeks now, so yeah, but I think United should be very confident in terms of getting Champions League football for next season. Aston Villa 2, West Ham 0. Villa returned back to winning ways after 3 league defeats in a row. Goals from Ollie Watkins and John McGinn. And I think it's fair to say they definitely deserved it. They dominated the game. West Ham, it is a setback. Of course, they are trying to survive. I mean, I think they've been good recently. Obviously, got a draw against Man City, got a very good win against Fulham away. But ultimately, you're not going to win every game, especially when you're in a relegation battle. But it's so tight down there. Obviously, with Tottenham losing to Forest earlier today, the gap between West Ham and Tottenham is 1 point. It was anyway, but because obviously Forest have moved up onto 32, Tottenham are 30, and then West Ham 29. And West Ham play before Tottenham in the next Premier League game week. So there is a chance that Tottenham could be in the relegation zone when they go to play Sunderland away in their next Premier League game, which is just mental. But I think for West Ham, there is definitely signs they stay up. I think they've been good. They just need to get a few more results. And I think Wolves at home, first game after the international break, is a very good way to put the pressure on Tottenham and Forest to get results as well. Obviously, losing today is not ideal, but Villa are a very good side. Yes, they're not in the best of form, but they've still got some very good players, and ultimately that is why they're fourth in the league and could be playing Champions League football. For Villa, very important win. Unai Emery will be delighted because obviously they've had a few setbacks in recent weeks, 3 defeats in a row in the league and to teams around them as well, which is never ideal. But a good win today. They're back on track in terms of trying to get Champions League football.
Yeah, I have. It was the West Ham under-13s football tour.
Fulham 3, Burnley 1. Very good result for Fulham, especially after going 1-0 down as well. It would have been a terrible, terrible result if they were to lose that game. Obviously, Burnley took the lead through Zian Fleming, who scored quite a few goals this season. Fair play to him. Obviously, Burnley have been struggling, but I think he's been their main source of goals this season. But then Fulham responded quite quickly. Josh King with his first Premier League goal. And then Fulham take the lead thanks to their main man this season, Harry Wilson. And then obviously Fulham finished it with a Raul Jimenez penalty. I mean, I saw a stat earlier. Raul Jimenez has scored 14 out of 14 Premier League penalties, which is just mental. He hasn't missed a Premier League penalty yet. Obviously, he does that stutter with his run-up, but it is allowed and ultimately it benefits him. He hasn't missed a penalty in the Premier League before. For Fulham, they needed that win, with obviously teams like Brighton and Everton winning as well. It was very important for Marco Silva's side to get the win. And ultimately, European football is definitely on for them, 100%. I think European football is on for a lot of teams. Very important win, and they go into the international break with a bit of confidence now. And the final Premier League game to talk about this weekend, Leeds 0, Brentford 0. Sorry, I was just trying to think of ways to describe that game. It was an absolute bore fest. Literally nothing happened. I love talking about football, but I don't like talking about boring football games, and that was certainly one of them. Leeds, it's not the worst result, obviously, with Tottenham and West Ham losing. They've obviously gained a point on them. For Brentford, with teams like Fulham, Everton and Brighton winning, who are also trying to chase Europe, they could have definitely won that game, especially as they would have got closer to Liverpool, who are in 6th. But it's not the worst result. Ellen Road under the light is never easy. I mean, I said it would be a score fest. I predicted the outcome, a draw, but I said it'd be a goal fest. Just shows what I know. But yeah, not really much to talk about this game. Nothing really happened. Decent point for both teams. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment down below if you enjoyed it. Turn on notifications so that you never miss a future upload. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.
What?